Hi everyone. Today I'm going to talk to you about something very interesting and very important because I feel it's on the rise. When I do counseling sessions, I find this particular topic is very important to be dealt with, and that is breakups. Breakups in relationships. This relationship can be a live-in relationship or in a marriage. So today, very briefly, I'm going to talk to you about what is this breakup about? What is the psychological trauma that we go through when the breakup occurs, and what could be the reasons? According to me, let me enlist a few. When we go through a breakup, an emotional vacuum is created in us. Anxiety, fear of separation, fear of isolation, loneliness, depression, even sometimes low self-esteem, low self-worth, and sometimes bouts of crying, even suicidal thoughts do come into us. On the extreme, I'm talking about. So, breakups are associated with a lot of emotional trauma, lot of psychological trauma. And in my opinion, I'm just going to enlist two important things that could occur that could be one of the main reasons for a breakup, and that is poor communication skills. When I talk about poor communication skills, it's all about how we express to each other as partners what's happening, the reasons for the disagreement. A simple example, your spouse or your partner walks into the house and says, God, this house is looking so dirty. Not knowing that you also had just come back from your work and you were just sitting with a cup of coffee before you start cleaning up the house. What do? Because you get angry and frustrated, the day's work, the problems at work, so you might just shout at him or shout at her. Instead of taking this decision, let's sit. Instead of understanding the important reason, why am I hurt? And instead of telling your partner, I feel hurt when you say such a thing. I too have just come back from work and I'm just having a cup of coffee, and then sure, we're going to clean up the house. I will do the cleaning. He will understand or she will understand, resulting in a better frame of mind. So it's all about poor communication, friends. When we are not able to communicate the reason why a person said something and why I have reacted like this. The reason simple as I'm hurt when you say that. I'm tired and I will do it later. When you express your thoughts, your feelings, your frustrations, believe me, that improves your communication between you and your partner. Second, another important thing is high expectations. We all have high expectations from each other. But do you know, you both as partners come from two different kinds of families, two different bringing ups, two different ways you have handled your conflict situations. Maybe one of you comes from a family where you're laid back and you decide, cleaning the house could be done on a weekend. Whereas the other person comes from a house where the moment you come back, you clean up the house first, then sit down for your cup of coffee. So there are a lot of different expectations. So when these expectations are different and we bring in those styles, those attachment styles, those expectations into the present partnership, problems occur. Resulting in what? Disagreements, fights, conflicts, aggressive attitude, sulking perhaps. Sometimes we sulk, which is a totally wrong way of expressing yourself. A very poor communicating skill. So when we start with this, slowly we start emotionally distancing ourselves from each other. We emotionally distance ourselves. Physical intimacy reduces, resulting in a lot of other psychological problems, emotional issues. And then trust issues start coming in. What was he doing when he came in so late? What was she doing? Because you're not communicating with each other. What's been happening in the everyday life, resulting in trust issues, betrayal. And then finally, one of you or both of you decide enough is enough. I'm out. And that results in a breakup if it's a relationship, and a breakup if it's a marriage too. And here I'm not talking about just breakup in relationships and marriage. It could happen between two good friends. So guys, I think these are very few things I've addressed, but if we can keep these in mind, it could help reduce these breakups. In my next reel or next video, I'm going to talk about the next important thing which most of you might be wanting to ask me. Fine. How do we avoid now when we enter a new relationship, the breakup has occurred, when we enter into a new relationship, what are the things I need to keep in mind so that it's a more stable relationship? So in my next video, I'm going to talk about this. I'm going to talk about how do we handle a breakup and what are the important rules we need to keep in mind so that a relationship is stable and a happy one. For this, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Again, it's on the same name, SPARSH Counseling Center. Do subscribe and watch me talk about this very important thing in my next video. Looking forward to seeing you there. Have a lovely day. Bye-bye.